Hello, 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 hello. I don't know how long this has actually been going live, but hello, everyone. Welcome to my super bright white face. Let's see if we can adjust that so that it's not the worst thing ever. I mean, it wasn't the worst thing ever, but it's definitely not good, y'all. As you can tell, this is a new camera that I actually got for free from someone. Okay, that's a little bit better. We're just gonna get just gonna be like a little bit creepy today, just a little bit creepy. So let's try to decreepify it a little bit. I think that's not bad. That's not bad. I don't like the glare in my eyes, but it's okay. We're rocking and rolling. So hello everyone. It's been a minute since I did one of these. This is actually a Dinny after hours. So what's the intro? Do I know? I don't know. It's been like I feel like a solid year since I last did one of these. But in case you didn't know, hello everyone, and welcome to Dinny After Hours. So, what Dinny After Hours was when I first started is that Dinny After Hours was just back when I was a Virginia night. I think it's because I used to work at night. So, I would be up late at night and I would have the ups. And so, I'd be like, you know what, let me just make content by going live because it's the easiest thing to do. And so, that is what I started doing. And so, I started a live podcast called Dinny After Hours, and it never really went anywhere or did anything. But I have been looking at some of my older stuff to try to understand like why I feel like I've been stagnant for the past year. And I actually do like the intent of Dinny After Hours because it was a time where it's like I could just be Dinny and not Dinny in Virginny. So I don't have to talk about Virginia if I don't want to. This is Dinny After Hours, not Dinny and Virginia After Hours. So I can just kind of freely talk about me, myself, and I. And so it's not really for you guys. It's more of like my diary. And that is why I want to bring it back up and start doing it again because I think it's important for myself to start documenting more of like what's happening behind the scenes so that I get a better idea as to where I am mentally, emotionally, spiritually during Denny and Virginia because you guys don't see any of the stuff that's happening in the background. And over the past 2 years, a lot of stuff has happened in the background. And I just had to keep smiling in front of the camera because it wouldn't do me any good to be super depressed on camera because like what it's not going to help my situation, it's not going to help you feel better, it's just going to make you feel like a sack of crap as well. So I don't want to spread any of that, but it's like it's not like I've been living the most carefree life for the past 2 years. um a lot of stuff has happened behind the scenes, and so let's talk about some of the changes that I've noticed over the past couple of years. So I've been doing Denny and Virginie for 2 years now, a solid 2 years this February, full solid 100%. 2 years. I've been posting almost daily, but not quite daily. I've taken a couple of breaks throughout the 2 years as Denny and Virginie, and a lot has happened. While simultaneously, it feels like a lot hasn't happened. Right. That's why I'm doing this is because like I've noticed that my growth seems to have stagnated quite a bit. And that's one of the things that I've noticed is that when I first started, it was like pretty much zero, 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 zero. I'm talking to nobody. I'm posting for nobody. Nobody cares. Nobody knows me for like a while, for several months. And then it started to pick up first on the TT app. And at first, that was the only app that I was getting any type of traction whatsoever on, and if anybody recognized me at all or, like, was like, "You look familiar," at all, it was from the TT app, which I thought was okay, but I thought it was a stupid app. I thought it was really, really ugly personally, and so I never used it as an app because I thought it was ugly, and it was not a good usability app to me. I don't understand why it got so successful because to me, it was just an ugly app. So I never used it, but other people were using it, so I was like, "Okay, let me just post up there and on IG." And then later on, I added YouTube to my arsenal of content. And so for the longest time when I first started, I was getting zero interaction, zero engagement on a lot of stuff for a while. And then it started to pick up a little bit on TT first. And then it picked up quite a bit on TT. And I got up to right when I stopped posting on TT altogether, I was up to 1,000. But way before that, probably when it got up to like 500 or so, is when IG started bumping off. and popping off. That's it, popping off. That's the terminology. Can you tell it is 4 in the morning? And so I noticed when IG started popping off, I started using TT less because I actually like IG as an app. I had been using it personally for many years, and so it was like easy for me to transition to because I actually like using it as an app. And so I would lean less into TT and more into IG, and so IG started growing faster. And then I was like, well, I mean, let's do YT as well. Might as well get the full tic tac toe 3 in a row of creating content online. So I opened up YouTube, and if you look at all of my old stuff, they're absolute trash. They're garbage. That is exactly why it never went anywhere. I've had so many series that I started and never continued, or I've gotten more than 10 episodes in of a lot of stuff like Dinnie and Virginie, the podcast I started. Dinny After Hours I started. I've started Chesapeake College. I just started Dinny Deep Dive on here. And then I have a lot of POVs up here. It's all over the place. And so I kind of understand why YouTube is not growing as fast as IG has grown. But I've noticed that every platform that I'm on currently IG, YouTube, Facebook, and Reddit. I am no longer on TT. I quit that, not because of the ban or anything like that. I quit before the ban, because it just wasn't functioning right. So I was like, you know what? I'm done with you. I never liked you in the first place. So, so those are the platforms that I'm on right now. I'm not even on Reddit because I enjoy Reddit either. Because I don't enjoy Reddit, to be honest. I wasn't ever on Reddit. I'm just on Reddit recently because for reasons. But, right now, it's like I never use Reddit, so I just don't know what I'm doing up there, so that's I'm just kinda up there, and, Reddit has been very, very, transparent to me, which could mean many different things, but I know what I mean when I say they have been very transparent to me. But yeah, that's where I am social media-wise, is I'm feeling like I for sure haven't plateaued or anything like that, but it's felt like I've been very, very stagnant for quite some time now across all stuff. And forgive me if I have to go mute at some point because I live in a shared household. And so I probably have until 5 a.m. to wrap this up before somebody comes downstairs and starts going, blah, blah, blah. So forgive me for that. But if I have to go mute or if I have to stop suddenly, I'm just letting you guys know it's because I live in a shared household and I am making a lot of noise right now. And I don't want to get anybody else in the background. This camera is weird because it like automatically adjusts and stuff like that. There's no way for me to manually override it. I kind of wish it would just be adjusted, but it's okay. I digress. So that's the social media update. Oh, I also have a Buy Me a Coffee, which is my website. So I did experiment with creating a blog on Blogger, which was a good start. I'm not even gonna lie, because for the longest time I was frustrated because I couldn't technologically understand how to make a website on WordPress or Wix. Should be common sense. Everybody says it's a cinch to do it. It's super easy to do it. I couldn't do it. I tried, couldn't do it. So I gave up for a while. And then I was like, all I want to do is start posting blog posts. That's it. And so I came up with Denny's Diary, which was a Google Doc form as a way for me to type of kind of track my daily thoughts in written form. Like this is in video form, but kind of more in written form. And that was a very good concept, which I definitely is another thing that I should start doing up again because it was creating some decent content and gave me personal insight as to where I was on that day, like mentally and emotionally, not necessarily physically, but more like where I was um, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually on that day. The Denny's Diary helped me to be able to look back and be like, okay, I was really good that day, or okay, I was. Unfortunately, Denny's Diary is honestly more on the spectrum of the more negative side, to be honest. I feel like I had posted more negative stuff than positive stuff. I digress. I don't know where I'm going with this, but it's been a minute, so I don't really know what I'm doing right now. I just know that I just want to start doing these up again to kind of record where I am. And I told you the social media rundown is that I feel stagnant on social media. Another social media change that I have noticed is that when I first started posting as Dinnie and Virginie, I would get a mixture of comments and interactions that were both good and bad. And the bad, more negative stuff was when I first started more targeted towards my content. And so it was like if I would post that I was at a certain place, they would say that place sucks, or I don't understand why that place is even in existence. I thought that place was dead. I thought that place was closed. They would say stuff like that. However, 2 years in, this is 2 years in Dinny and Virginie, and I've noticed that there's been a shift in the content or in the comments that I've been getting. So they've kind of shifted to less targeting of the content and more targeting of the content creator. And so that's been a that has been a ringer to deal with of people targeting me more so than the content itself. And it's like all I would do was say where I am and they would attack me personally, saying that I'm doing Hampton Roads a disservice by saying that there's always something to do, but only posting about taking a walk at a park or going to a coffee shop because that's actually not saying there's something to do. And so stuff like that would come up a lot more where people were just personally attacking me for saying that there's always something to do in VA or just literally posting what I've done or saying that this is something to do and posting what I did because it was something that I did, something that I enjoyed. And so that's been a definite major change in Denny and Virginie's life cycle is having to deal with people not just negative comments about the content, about like one personal piece of the content itself, but dealing with negative comments that are actually targeting me as a person. Because I'm like, I don't know you, stranger on the internet, and I'm not talking to you, stranger on the internet. So I don't understand. You're not the audience, so I don't understand why you're attacking me. But it's okay. It just comes with a job, which is once again a reason why there are a lot of Virginianites, not so many Virginia nights because the attacks come and they come a lot more the more you are more vocal about your standing on Virginia, about how much you love Virginia, about how much you love living here. Um, and you're not going to bat 100. You're going to offend some people. You're going to offend some people accidentally. Like, for example, I went, to a coffee shop and apparently it just blew up as negative. Like, everything was just 100%, 1,000 billion% negative on Reddit when I posted about this coffee shop, when literally all I did was go to Google Maps and I looked for a coffee shop that was open in the morning because I had to do work in the morning, and this coffee shop was open in the morning. So I went there and, I posted the pictures that I thought it was really cool on the inside, and the people were nice to me. I didn't think the coffee was nasty. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was great, but I thought it was okay. And I thought the aesthetics were aestheticing. And it was just like yet another coffee shop. I did not say it was a local coffee shop, which I think a lot of people misunderstand about me is that I am not anti corporate. I am not anti big business. I am not only pro small business. I am pro small business, but I'm also pro corporations because to say that I'm anti corporations would mean that I would want to limit my Virginia based companies to only be small, which is dumb. It's stupid. That's dumb. That's a dumb thought and that's a dumb thing to say. And so I'm not anti big corporation. I'm not anti big company. I'm not anti huge organization because I would never want to limit my fellow Virginianites in their businesses to only be in Virginia. I don't think that's fair to say that we could never have big international and national companies. That's dumb to me. So why would I put that on my own Virginianites when we are capable of so much more? However, I am all for having options. So I just the more options we have, the better. And so I want the corporate thing, the big corporate option that might be a little cheaper, or come in cheaper quality. Because for those times in life where it's like the economy goes up and down, your bank account goes up and down. And so I want to have a cheaper option. And you're not going to get that if every single thing is local. If everything is local, you're not going to get because they can't mass produce it as much. And so that's why I'm fine with corporate. I'm fine with local. The reason why I post mainly smaller local stuff is because um, got to support them and keep them in business. And so I want to have the options. And so those who are doing great, I want to fully support. But like I said, I'm not anti-corporation. I'm not anti-huge organization. I am not only exclusively pro small local business because I would never put my fellow Virginianites in a small local business box. If your business is good enough to go and be a major national company, better yet, a major international company, more power to you. I want Virginians to make big national and international companies and start changing the world for the better. And so, yeah, that was a big sidebar, but I just feel like a lot of people misunderstand about me. They think I'm only pro local. They think I'm only pro small, but I'm not. I'm not just pro local. I'm not just pro small. I go to Walmart. I go to Wawa. Like I'm a normal person, and I don't demonize big corporations because, like I said, that would be belittling or keeping all of my local places to only being local, which is not fair. Where was I going with this? I don't even know. But all in all, the shift in the negativity from targeting my content to targeting me has been a major, like, it has shaken me emotionally quite a bit. Have I wanted to quit many a times? Yes, I wanted to quit many, many, many a times because of it. Um, but it, like I said, it comes with a job. It comes with being public on social media, and it's something that not everybody like talks about online, but it is something that happens regularly and it doesn't stop. If anything, it increases the more popular you become, the more people try to target you yourself, as opposed to even just like saying negative stuff about your content or the place that you went to or the thing that you posted. They're targeting you for some reason. And it's the strangest thing I've ever seen in my life. And so learning how to deal with people targeting me personally has been very interesting. And my typical line of attack is to ignore them. Now, obviously, it has been ruffling me up personally behind the scenes, but it's like I can't give them that validation of even acknowledging that they said anything for the most part, because most times it's just completely like they're just targeting me because they're bored, or something's going amiss in their life, or maybe they think they could do something better than me. But it's like, well, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm literally showcasing my life, and you can showcase your life. If you're not happy with my stuff, you can downvote it. You can downvote it if you want. I don't care, because it's not you're clearly not my target audience, and so I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing just because you don't like it when XYZ likes it. And so just because A doesn't like it doesn't mean XYZ doesn't like it. I'm not going to stop doing the things that I do or stop the style that I've been doing just because you, as an individual stranger on the internet who could potentially not even be here, to be honest, um, don't like my content. So it's been just so interesting. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've commented in while I was either enraged or very saddened or very offended, which is horrible to do. Never do that. Never, never comment when you're in a heightened emotional state. Unless it's a good thing, unless you're like, it's a great thing, unless someone's just telling you congratulations on something. But I have made many mistakes of commenting on something when I was in a heightened level of emotion and it blew up in my face. And that's the side of content creation that you guys don't get to see all the time. You don't get to see all those because I'm not the type of person who regularly posts the negative stuff. I used to put some of the negative stuff out there to try to create more content, but now I'm trying to protect their anonymity as much as possible because I don't want anybody to come after them because I said something. But at the same time, you also, just as how you're allowed to attack me because I posted something publicly on the internet, because you commented publicly on the internet on my content, I should have the right to put you on blast. But I refrain because I'm not someone who believes in an eye for an eye, because it is not right. It is not biblical. It is not truth. And so that is me working on myself. And there's been plenty of times when I wanted to clap back, and I have been very happy to have the growth to not. To have the growth to hold your tongue, to kill your flesh, to stay quiet when somebody is violently attacking you is amazing, to acknowledge that you have grown in that way. And so I'm very happy about that, but I'm not batting 100 in anything. Like I said, I just posted a video that went horrible because apparently the place I went to was very political. But when I went there, it was very nice. So I don't know. I feel like people are not considering the whole of the problem that they are when they're attacking people. They're not considering everything. They're just seeing this one negative point, and so they're trying to protest, or they're trying to attack this one point and say the whole thing is bad, the whole thing is evil, that they're attacking you, which, first of all, they don't even know you exist. But they're also not, yes, they have this negative thing that they're doing, but they're also doing this positive thing. And so it's like you have to consider the whole picture and not just the thing that you choose to focus on. And so for me, when they told me that that company was super political, at first I was going to just ignore it. And then I did look into it on Wikipedia. And I was like, okay, so I see what you're saying, but I also see the good that they've done. So I can see the full picture. And I know that if you're going to complain about the bad stuff that you think that you claim, or the bad stuff that they have done that is on Wikipedia, a totally legitimate source of information, then are you also considering all of the good stuff that they've done, all the people that they've employed, all the um, people that they've given jobs and provided a means of income for? Are you going to provide a solution to like employ those people? And so, like I said, it's just learning how to zoom out and consider the whole picture instead of just zooming in on the thing that you dislike. Okay, so we're gonna stop this stream because I can hear that there's stuff happening. So goodbye.